Good evening and welcome to Turf Moor, home of Burnley Football Club. Today it's Burnley v Watford and the bottom of the table clash, and this is extremely important for both all their way out of the relegation zone and quick time. We have lots of games today. Rain down here at Turf Moor. It is very difficult to play. Uh, After the Burnley side, they have four. Uh, they at the moment are the uh, most scoring right now. Uh, the statistic, they are sitting in ranked 20th of six, well, ranked 19 actually, like, 16 goals this season. Without their curse, in the hope to fix that, and did today, Maxwell Cornet also in the lineup today, and that from Ascot. Now, of course, the significant news today is that Hodgson will make his debut as manager of Watford, and he's in fact the 11th different manager to take charge of Watford in the Premier League. It was to 87 matches competition. Their average of 26 managers, sorry, 26 matches per manager is the lowest in Premier League history among teams who have played more than fourth meeting between the two sides in the Premier League this season, and the first not to involve Norwich City, who have managed to pull their way from the relegation zone recently. The bottom side are involved so far, one Arsenal beating Norwich, and drawing the other two, Norwich at Burnley and Newcastle against Norwich. This is actually Burnley's first Premier League home match in 5 days since a goal was scored with West Ham United on December 12th, 2019-20 season, and it's a fourth straight. Only Southampton have had a one gap between home matches within a single season of the competition, 56 games in 2016-2017. Burnley have kept clean sheets in each of the last three league matches against Watford, as many as they had managed in their previous 20 against the Hornets. Watford have not had a clean sheet in the league all season. Players are just about ready to come out now, so we're about ready just to finish up the teams here. And we'll start with the home team. Burnley play their traditional 4-4-2 system, managed by Sean Dyche. In goal is Nick Pope, the flat back four for Burnley, left back Eric Peters, and the two centre backs are Captain Ben Mee and James Tarkowski. Cooper Roberts, after his impressive display at Arsenal, keeps his place at right back. The four midfielders are right midfield out on the left. Dale Stevens comes in from suspended Josh Brownhill, and he partners in centre midfield with National Westwood. Out on the right is Aaron Lennon, and making his debut today, number 9, Val Benhorst, and Maxwell Cornet, just coming back from the AFCON, also joins up with Val Benhorst, those two playing together for the first time. And the substitutes for Burnley are Phil Bardsley, Nathan Collins, Jack Moore, Wayne Hennessy, substitute goalkeeper, Kevin Watt, Matt Bolton, Will Norris, another substitute goalkeeper on the bench, Shea Rodriguez, and Bobby Thomas, defender. For Watford, they start playing 4-3-3 and managed by Roy Hodgson. Start with Ben Foster in goal. They got forward back, Hassan Kamara on left back, sides, and there is already a crackling atmosphere at Turf Moor right now. This is going to be an outstanding game. For Burnley, they'll never have a better chance right now of scoring goals against this Watford side. At the moment, as I mentioned to you earlier, they do not have any clean sheets in the league. Defensively, they are ranked fourth for goals conceded, and looking at this, there is definitely to be got at this Watford defence. Players now just lining up in the centre of the field. Sort of guys there shaking hands with quite much of a smile. But they'll both be smiling at the end of the game. By Westwood, and it's cleared away with an important header at the back by Samir there, and put it back outside the penalty area, and it's flicked on by me, and cleared away again, this time by Pakistan. And Watford now looking to break the win, some more again, then the plays it outside, outside the corner, ball, and plays it as far as and plays it forward here. Chasing that one is Veghorst, but he's just not able to get there, and it goes through to goalkeeper Ben Foster. Foster, left-footed, launches it downfield. It's easily picked up by Ben Mee, and he gives it to Eric Peters. Peters launches it forward, picked up by Veghorst. Nice touch on the ball there. His pass was strayed out, and he wasn't able to find McNeil. Out on this side now is Roberts. And here's Lennon, picked up by Cornet. Cornet tries to play the pass through. He's not successful. They're all surrounding Maxwell Cornet. And here's McNeil with a try. Well, it's the first effort on goal in anger. It goes away from the goal. It's not a million miles away, but it's the first real effort on goal. But it is just wayward there. Dwight McNeil sporting a new haircut. Suits him. Roy Hodgson back on the bench. What a managerial career he's had. He's had some setbacks in his career, but he has been an excellent manager. And the ball is flicked forward now, and Pedro's chasing after that one. He's not going to get there. James Tarkowski gets the ball back to Nick Pope. And that's flicked on. But McNeil and Veghorst is chasing this down, but a good piece of defending by Kiko, getting it back to the goalkeeper. And there's a coming together there between Peters and Seamer. The flick on there was excellent, and Veghorst was chasing that down, but it was just a little bit too far away from him. And the rain tumbling down here. The throw-in comes in there, which is taken by Peters. And Veghorst flicks it onto Cornet, but Cornet just got intercepted by Kiembe. And it'll be a free kick to Watford. Free kick just inside their own half. Samir goes back to Cathcart. Cathcart launches the ball forward, looking on the far side for Seamer, but he's not going to find him. And Wout Weghorst moving in there, just intercepting the ball in midfield as well. And they push the ball forward, looking for the chasing Maxwell Cornet, but it avoids everybody and goes through to Ben Foster, who takes it quickly. Samir now. Cathcart and over to Kiko on the far side. Cathcart again, who just play it back to Ben Foster. Well, what a dark season it's been at Burnley. Only one win all season, lowest in the Premier League. They are at the moment in a desperate situation, certainly in midfield. Bottom of the league in terms of passing. Bottom of the league in terms of corners, where many of their goals has actually come from. And this might have helped stem the situation at Burnley as well. So the signing of Wout Weghorst is hopefully going to help that. Connor Roberts now has a throw for Burnley on this near side, almost level with the Watford penalty area. And he's going for a long throw here. Throws it in. Oh, he gets some distance on that. Almost reaches the penalty spot. But Samir in the penalty area just heading that away. Connor Roberts has it again. He plays it infield there to Lennon, and Lennon goes down. There's some appeals from the crowd, but not really from the players. It didn't look like much to me. It was played inside to Lennon. Lennon goes down, but I don't think there's any contact there. I think that the appeals mostly have come from the Burnley fans behind that goal in the cricket field stand. It'll be a corner to Burnley, and it'll be Maxwell Cornet to take it. Swings it in, and Ben Foster plucks it out the air with ease. And he's just going to take his time here. Without Weghorst trying to make life hard for him. It's launched out onto the far side to Kamara. Kamara is floored, and is floored by Lennon, and it'll be a free kick to Watford. Game goes on. And it's launched forward there, and it's intercepted by me. And picked up by Kiko, who kept it in, but almost gave it away to Maxwell Cornet. Well, he said we thought he kept it in. The ball actually did go out of play.
and it'll be a throw into Burnley on the far side in front of the Bob Lord stand. And Burnley starting from the back here with Ben Mee. He launches the ball forward looking for Weghorst, and it's knocked out of play for a Burnley throw-in. And it's picked up here by McNeil. McNeil loses it. And Pedro now moving forward for Watford. He's got a bit of space. Is he able to? He's going to be looking for Josh King there, but he's not able to get the ball through to him. And that's an interception by Ben Mee, who manages to force it out of play almost at the halfway line. And the throw-in will be taken by Kamara for Watford. Kamara. It's a short one there. He picks it back up again here. And that goes all the way back to the goalkeeper by Samir. See whether Ben Foster chooses to launch it downfield. Looks like he does, left-footed. And he's looking for Josh King there, who loses out on the header to Ben Mee. But it's picked up on the far side. Watford seem to have switched back to a 4-4-2 now, using only Pedro and King up front. Seema seems to have dropped back into a left wing position. The ball is now in the hands of Nick Pope. So I don't know whether Watford, they started on the 4-3-3, but they seem to have slipped into a 4-4-2 now. And here's Cornet, hoping to get through. Cornet has the ball in the penalty area. Cornet shoots, and a good save by Ben Foster. Oh, Maxwell Cornet, he's so strong on the ball, so quick. The two defenders couldn't hold him off there. And it seemed to come out of nowhere from the free kick. And it was headed on by Wout Weghorst. And Maxwell Cornet picked up the ball and managed to get the shot on goal. Good save by Ben Foster. And Maxwell Cornet now will have the corner here. That's the thing. The flick on from Wout Weghorst helped to create that situation. Ashley Westwood, in fact, is now going to take the corner. Cornet steps away. And there's been a foul there in the Watford penalty area, so it means it will be a free kick to Watford. Well, just how quick that was. It was route one by Burnley, which is really the way Burnley play. It was flicked on by Wout Weghorst, and Cornet was able to get on the end of that, and the two defenders just could not put him off, couldn't muscle him out, and he managed to get the shot on goal. So far, win probability-wise, it's a 40% possible win for Burnley, 29 for Watford. I would say that Burnley have started the better side in the first 10 minutes. So I mean, they've moved the ball around very well. They've pushed forward. They've created one or two chances. So Burnley started well in this game. Let's see if they can maintain. Let's see if they can maintain it. Intercepted there in the midfield by Aaron Lennon. So the ball is out wide again on this near side to Connor Roberts. Connor Roberts has already been pressed in the Arsenal game. He started very well in this one as well. Tarkowski back to Westwood. Westwood tries to launch the ball forward looking for Wout Weghorst. It's intercepted by Samir and will be a throw into Burnley on this near side. To be taken by Connor Roberts. Is going again for the long throw and again gets an almighty pace on that ball and distance into the penalty area. And you've got to wonder whether the wind is assisting because he's causing some havoc in the Watford penalty area with these long throws. And he is going to again launch it level with the penalty area. Again, a long throw in that Weghorst looking for that. And there's a shot and a deflection there. Oh, that was an excellent effort by Eric Peters on the edge of the penalty area. It seemed to take a deflection.
There by Tarkowski. Takes the deflection goes wide. Far side. Rob Lord side. Rob Lord. What taken by Westwood.
Then me in the end, Kamara clears it, and it's picked up at the back by Connor Roberts, who will launch the ball forward again for Burnley, but this time it just does not go anywhere and ends up going wide. Well, they've started well with Burnley. The long throws, the corners that are coming in are causing some havoc for the Watford defence. For Watford, they haven't really got settled yet. They're certainly trying to bring Pedro into the game, and of course Josh King. Uh, let's see whether that anything comes of that. It'll be now Ben Foster with the goal kick. Josh King wings it, but it's given away. And McNeil launches the ball down onto the other side of the midfield, and it is Connor Roberts. Connor Roberts is not afraid to get forward, and he's moving forward nicely now, and he's looking for Wout Weghorst, but it's intercepted by Kamara. So it gives Connor Roberts, almost level with the penalty area, another opportunity to launch in one of those long throws, perhaps looking for the head of Weghorst. But Tarkowski is in there, Mee is in there, and it's launched in and headed away, and it comes out to the edge of the penalty area, which is just kind of looped over the crossbar by Dale Stephens. Well, you can see here at the back that Watford are not winning the second balls either. When the throw or the cross is coming in, uh, what we're finding here is that Burnley are having a lot of opportunities from the edge of the area. They're able to pick the ball up on the edge of the area and maybe get shots on goal or create other opportunities. Watford are a little bit slow to the second ball right now, and that's launched forward looking for Pedro. Pedro closing down Nick Pope, and Nick Pope's kick is not the best. It goes out of play, almost level with the halfway line. So 15 minutes gone here. It's Burnley 0, Watford 0. My name is Paul James, commentating for you today. And it'll be a throw into Watford on this near side to be taken by Hassan Kamara. Kamara launches the ball forward, looking for Pedro on this side. He's not able to find him, and it's cleared out of play by James Tarkowski. Once again, Hassan Kamara will throw the ball, and it's picked up just near out there by the corner flag, and that is picked up by Sama. Sama there is just muscled out of play by James Tarkowski, and in fact it was a foul by Sema, and it'll be a free kick to Burnley, almost level with their own goal line. Pope just stealing a few yards. 4 attempts on goal for Watford, for Burnley, 1 on target. None for Watford so far. They really have been shut down at the moment by Burnley. And that ball is launched forward with a flick on by Weghorst, but it's picked up on this side by Sissoko. And it'll be a free kick to Watford. Referee Craig Pawson penalising Dale Stephens there. Kamara launches the ball forward and looking for Pedro, but Josh King is there at the moment. He plays it inside for Pedro. Pedro has a chance. Oh, a last-ditch tackle by James Tarkowski. That is a goal-saving tackle because there was holes in the Burnley defence there. Great tackle by James Tarkowski, and it's launched forward, and Cornet loses it. But now on this side is Kucha. Kucha played inside to Kayembe. And it is back to Samir. Samir out to Kamara. Kamara back to Samir. And he will go back to Foster. Well, what a chance for Pedro there. He saw Burnley's goal there, saw the shooting opportunity, and James Tarkowski got in there with the last-ditch tackle. That really was Watford's best opportunity so far, it has to be said. 18 minutes gone. Burnley 0, Watford 0. Throwing on the far side, level with the visitors' managers' bench there. And Ben Mee sends it back to Nick Pope. Tarkowski. Tarkowski to Roberts. Roberts infield to Westwood. Westwood again. And it's out now to Connor Roberts, who's been very impressive in this opening 18 minutes or so. Although commentators curse right there, he lays a wayward ball which goes through to Foster, who in turn sends that upfield. The ball was won there by Josh King, and we are going to have our first booking of the game here. And yeah, the yellow card for the tackle there. So Josh King looks at, yes, he's just leading with his elbow there, Josh King. It looked quite unpleasant. I don't think he actually swings the elbow, so I think a yellow card is probably appropriate here. And so it'll be a free kick to Burnley as James Tarkowski examines the damage. Looking at this again, this move that brought Pedro in, and that tackle was absolutely fantastic. There seems to be a bit of a follow-up by Tarkowski, taking the player down though after he'd won the ball. But play goes on. VAR doesn't see anything for it. And here's Dale Stevens. Stevens back to Ben Mee. Ben Mee launching the ball forward, looking to chase it down Maxwell Cornet. And it looks like the offside flag has gone up there. And it'll be a free kick. What's the ball there? Yes. Yard or two just offside there, Cornet. He wasn't able to get back onside as quick. Oh, Burnley missed Maxwell Cornet while he's been at the African Cup of Nations. The effect that Maxwell Cornet has had,
And
he
now
has
on
scored
Trevor
6
One,
of
it's
their
all the
16
action.
goals this season. So he has been vital in the Burnley squad. And the crowd here at Turf Moor will be delighted to see him back and unscathed from the African Cup of Nations. Throw-in taken there. Wout Weghorst is trying to create a bit of nuisance for himself, and he wins the throw-in off Kayembe. And again, a long throw by Connor Roberts, this time down the wing, looking for Aaron Lennon. Lennon has the ball now, and it's picked up by Roberts. In midfield to Dale Stevens. Dale Stevens, Westwood. McNeil. Stevens in the middle of the park, right on the halfway line. And Westwood just knocks it back to Ben Mee, who in turn goes all the way back to Nick Pope, who clears the ball, doesn't make the halfway line. Burnley still maintain possession, however. Connor Roberts, and that ball back is a little short, and Nick Pope gets there and just clears it upfield. Wout Weghorst picking up the ball there. He's been relatively quiet in these first 21 minutes as Weghorst. He's chasing balls down, winning balls. He's certainly not being lazy. He's winning headers and flicking things on. But in terms of general goal scoring opportunities, he has been relatively quiet so far. Connor Roberts now, almost level with the halfway line, launches the ball forward, looking for Maxwell Cornet, but it is away from him and goes wide for the goal kick. And the rain coming down so heavy right now. Well, Watford begin a new reign with Roy Hodgson. I have to say, it's with all this management changes, it's very difficult for the team to get settled, for the club to get settled. I don't think that all these changes of managers is a very effective way for this club to be run, in my personal opinion. Ball launch forward, James Tarkowski rather, just sort of pushes the ball out of play. Josh King will take the throw in. He leaves it instead to Kucha. Kucha, Sissoko, Kucha again on this far side. The cross comes in and it's a poor one. It goes out of play. How are you going to stay dry, Roy? His glasses are steaming up. Oh, Nick Pope will take the goal kick here. And it's launched upfield by Nick Pope. Just clears the halfway line. Weghorst looking to just get involved in that, but he was pushed out of it. Pedro plays it outside to Kucha. Kucha now, just trying to work his way through Eric Peters, but he's not able to. But Kucha picks up the ball again now. He has another opportunity. Kucha inside there to Pedro, and it just went behind him, but it's picked up on the far side for Seema. Seema now manages to get the cross in, and it's cleared away by Eric Peters with the header. Just on the far side there was Kucha. Ball went over Pedro and King, and they are both now in the penalty area, hoping for a long throw. Watford have gone short with the throw. And Sissoko goes back to Cathcart. Cathcart launches it forward. And King is, Pedro's there just trying to get the ball away from King. And it's won instead by James Tarkowski. And Westwood now, Stevens rather, launching to looking for Westwood, not able to find him. Instead, it's picked up by Connor Roberts, just over the halfway line. Aaron Lennon plays it back to Tarkowski, who launches the ball out wide on the far side there to Peters. Launches the ball forward, looking for Maxwell Cornet. Headed away by Cathcart, but Burnley pick it up here now with Connor Roberts, Westwood, Cornet. And they found out Weghorst here, but at the interception, beautiful tackle on the far side there by Kamara. It's Burnley have still kept possession, however. It's McNeil, and it's back to Westwood, tempted to shoot, but decides to lay it outside to Lennon. Lennon with a cross. Oh, a wonderful header away there by Cathcart. Oh, that was so vital. Right behind him was Weghorst waiting for the header, and a superb intercepting header by Cathcart. This was Burnley's best move of the match so far, actually. Out there, the cross came in, looking for Weghorst. It was a pin-perfect cross. But Cathcart there, Craig Cathcart, got his header on, and he managed to get the ball out of play. And it'll be a throw into Burnley. And it's Cornet now. Back to McNeil. McNeil goes back to Peters. And Westwood now. And picked up by 17 for Burnley, Aaron Lennon. And Roberts launches the ball forward. Cornet may have strayed offside there. It's picked up by Lennon, and now Cornet. Cornet not able to beat Kamara there, and Watford will come away with it. And it breaking away on the far side is Seema. He launches the ball outside to Kucha. Launches it forward, flicked on by King, looking for Seema, but not able to find him. In fact, it goes out of play for a Burnley throw-in. 27 minutes gone. Burnley 0, Watford 0. Burnley trying to push the play right now, but Watford defending incredibly well. They are making some important interceptions. They have really marked Weghorst and Cornet very much out of the game so far. Those two are a threat, but Watford are so far dealing with it very, very well. Foul there on Westwood, and it's quickly taken by Burnley, but giving it away, the interception there. And here is Josh King for Watford, and the interception. It's a good one there by James Tarkowski. It's the second time he's made a vital interception. Sissoko out wide now. Here's Pedro. Sissoko launched the ball in, but it wasn't intercepted. Now it's intercepted by Kucha. Kucha now launches the ball in, and Josh King is there, but he's not able to get his foot on the end of it. Seema now launches the ball in again, and it's cleared away again by Tarkowski. Another vital interception there by James Tarkowski. Kamara now launches the ball in. And it's headed away again by Tarkowski. Oh, he's been a mountain in that defence for Burnley so far today. And here's Kamara. Kamara, as Watford look to have their first real extended play of possession. And that's Kiembe. Kamara. An interception there by Dale Stevens. So it will be a throw into Watford, level with the halfway line. And you see here, Kuchar gets the ball here, there, and Josh King was there, but so was James Tarkowski, able to put him off. But it would have been a good chance for Josh King. And again, it'll be another throw in, just on this, just inside the Watford half, and it'll be a throw into Watford. And it's to be taken by Kamara. Kamara just throws the ball over the halfway line. It goes out of play this time, and this time it'll be a free kick to throw into Burnley. Well, this is the third attempt to get this game back on. 2 previous cancellations, one requested by Watford, one requested by Burnley for COVID-19 restrictions. So it's third time of a charm in this one. And it'll come back to Pope now, and Pope sends it out on the far side to Eric Peters, the Dutchman, launches it forward, looking for his countryman there, Wout Weghorst, not able to find him. And Kuchka now. And it's played all the way back to Cathcart and Samir. Kamara now for Watford. Plays it back to Samir. Got plenty of time. Cathcart. Kiko. Kiko launches the ball long, looking for Josh King, and it sails out of play and will be a throw into Burnley. Can hear the Burnley fans now. They are making their noise. Throwing on this near side. And Peters has it, launches it forward. And it's now picked up by Pedro. Pedro flicks it on to Kuchar, and Josh King is out there now on the far side. He flicks it back, and the ball is launched in again by Kuchar, and looking for it was Seema, sorry. And Kamara now joining the attack. Kamara for Watford, looking to get the ball in, and it's a good interception by Aaron Lennon there. Gives away Watford's first corner of the game. Seema there, just unable to get the cross in. Good work by Aaron Lennon. And Watford's first corner now. Burnley have got the men back. Oh, well, we've got Seema in there. Josh King in there. Pedro in there. The corner to be taken by Kiembe. Kiembe swings in. It's a poor corner. And it's headed away by Ashley Westwood. That was a very, very poor corner. And the throw in now, about 12 yards inside the Burnley half, will be taken by Hassan Kamara. He gets the ball back there off Pedro, and it's intercepted by Connor Roberts, who launches the ball upfield but goes as far as Ben Foster. Ben Foster returns it, and it's flicked on there by Pedro, but to no one in particular. It's actually picked up by James Tarkowski, and Connor Roberts launches the ball upfield. And now then, here's Aaron Lennon. Nice first touch. Here's Lennon. Plays it outside to Cornet. Cornet tries to slip Lennon back in, but the ball is just away from him. And it goes through to Ben Foster. That was a good idea there. Good work by Aaron Lennon. His first touch was excellent. And he then plays in Cornet. Cornet looking for the return ball back to Lennon, but it's just a little bit overhit. And the goal kick by Foster. Picked up in the midfield here by number 12, Seema. And Seema has it back now, almost level with the halfway line. Seema just loses the ball, but still manages to find a Watford player there in Samir. And the ball now is out wide to Kamara. Kamara just loot, and it's, well, the referee has stopped play. Looks like it's a head injury. The crowd are booing, but the referee does have to stop play in that situation. Uh, Looks like it's Kamara. Yeah, it looks like just the leg of Westwood might have caught Kamara there, quite by accident, um, trying to help him back on his feet. But I think, in fairness, it's an awful knock right on the back of the head there. Those are very painful. Well, he's on his feet now, just trying to shake away the cobwebs out of his head. And I believe that the ball is going to be given back to Watford, and it goes back now with goalkeeper Ben Foster. Foster, left-footed downfield. Me just challenging Pedro there, and is the winner of that battle. Cornet now has it in midfield. It's intercepted though by uh, Kiembe. Ball launched on the far side there, looking for Connor Roberts. Um, well, Connor Roberts there just misplaced that pass, and it's intercepted by Kamara. And launch forward there. And it's trying to chase out Pedro, but the ball is just a long one, and it just escapes his reach, out Pedro. And goes out of play for a Burnley goal kick. Ten minutes to half time. Burnley nil, Watford nil. Sean Dyche, penny for your thoughts. Goal kick taken, and it's picked up on the far side by Peters. Tries to bring this in the middle, looking for Lennon, but the bounce just goes over his head and is picked up there. And the referee gives a free kick for the foul on Kamara by Lennon. Lennon complaining there, but I don't think there was any doubt about that. He clearly caught him. I don't think that, and the foul is absolutely on the halfway line. It's clearly caught Kamara there. Free kick launch forward by Samir. Samir, the flick on is by Kucha, and it's picked up there by Pedro, who just loses the ball there, but it's won again by Sissoko. On the far side is Kuchera, and he stumbles over the ball, and it goes out of play for a Burnley throw-in, quickly taken, and who in turn gave the ball away there, Dale Stevens, and it's Kuchka in midfield to Kayembe. Kayembe out on the far side there to Kamaru, launches the ball in, but it's too close to Nick Pope, who plucks it out the air. That's bread and butter for a goalkeeper of his quality. And he throws it out to Connor Roberts, as Burnley now will start to try to create something. Connor Roberts launches the ball field. It's flicked on by Maxwell Cornet. Complaints of a foul there. It is not given by Craig Pawson. The foul, it looked like a foul to me. A tackle from behind. The ball wasn't won, but play continues. Foster clears downfield, and it's cleared away again by Cathcart, and it goes all the way out of play, midway inside the Burnley half. Connor Roberts now will take the throw in for Burnley. No, not 8 minutes to go till half time now. And it's throw in to for Burnley. Connor Roberts launches it forward, but it's intercepted by Kamara twice, and one in fact. And now Kuchka loses it to Weghorst. Weghorst picks it up and tries to play the return pass to Cornet, which eventually finds him. Cornet stumbles, gives the ball away there, and Watford win back possession. It's cleared away by Samir, and it's picked up by Pedro just inside the Burnley half. João Pedro played out wide to Kiko, and it goes back now to Cathcart for Watford, and Samir. Samir, is he going to try the long ball? No. Plays it short. Kamara. And picked up by Seema. Back to Kamara. Kamara launched. Oh, that's a beautiful pass inside here for Josh King. Good save. Oh, that Burnley's defence was split open too easily there. He played the ball into Josh King. For the first time in this game, James Tarkowski fell asleep. The passe was well onside. And Josh King got inside Tarkowski very easily. It's a good save with the legs by Nick Pope. And he just got inside. It was a poor finish. It was a poor finish. That was Watford's best opportunity of the game so far. James Tarkowski, for the first time in this game, really fell asleep there. Your corner to Watford. He's in there. Cathcart's in there. And the ball will be swung in here. And it's flicked on. It's on the goal line. It was cleared off the goal line, I believe, by Ben Mee. It just seemed to be pinball inside the Burnley penalty area, and it was a clearance off the line by Ben Mee. And Burnley were, I mean, it just seemed completely innocuous. Oh, yes, it was flicked on by Pedro, and Pedro's flick on here caused the havoc, and then it deflected, in fact, off me, and it was Lennon off the line. Wow, the closest we've come to a goal so far. Watford have the ball in the midfield. Oh, yes, it would have. That would have been a shame if that would have gone on in off Ben Mee, because 10 years at the club, Ben Mee doesn't deserve that. But it looks like Lennon was on the line there to make the saving tackle. Launch forward on the far side, picked up there by Pedro, but his header is wayward, and it's won back by Burnley. But Pedro has it back now. Kamara. Pedro now. Pedro is looking for some room and some space there. Josh King, he found there, but it was intercepted by Tarkowski, and he launched the ball forward, but it's picked up by Samir at the back. Samir has it back off Cathcart. And Kamara. Infield to Kayembe. Kayembe to Sissoko, who has given the ball away. He was looking for Kiko on the far side, but he was not able to find him. Instead, a throw-in now for Burnley, right in front of the Bob Lord stand, well inside the Watford half. But Burnley seem to be heading back with it at the moment. It's Connor Roberts. Connor Roberts looking to pick up Lennon there. Lennon goes back to Roberts, and Burnley go all the way back to Nick Pope via James Tarkowski. Ben Mee launches it forward. Weghorst picks up the ball, got a little bit of space, plays it back to Cornet, who goes back to Weghorst, but he loses it there to Kayembe, who in turn launches the ball upfield, but is not able to locate anybody. It goes straight through to Nick Pope in the Burnley goal. And Mee forward now to McNeil, who's been relatively quiet in this first half. Peters. Mee. Weghorst with a flick on, but he's pushed in my mind there. But the referee lets play go on. And again, it's picked up in the midfield here by Dale Stephens, who makes a risky pass all the way back to Nick Pope. He gets away with it, but that was a very risky pass back to the goalkeeper. And Ben Mee tries to clear it, but it is intercepted by Pedro, who's putting pressure on Ben Mee there, but Ben Mee heads it out of play. And we've got a throw in almost level with the Burnley penalty area, quickly taken by Pedro, who gets it back. Kuchka there, and it's out of play, and Watford will have a throw in. Again, almost level with the Burnley penalty area, which Kiko will take. Kiko, and it's Kuchka back to Kiko. Kiko intercepted there. Nice challenge by Dwight McNeil. Infield to Dale Stephens, who tries to find Cornet, but that is a good tackle by Kiko on the far side. It's a throw in for Burnley. Um, and you can already hear the bouts of discontent from the locals here, especially giving the ball away in Burnley in midfield and in their own half. Launched forward by Ben Mee. Weghorst seems to have an age of wound. He flicks it on, looking for Lennon, but it's picked up by Kamara, who plays the ball upfield. And Josh King here now. Josh King. King infield to Pedro. Pedro now to Kuchka. Kuchka with a shot, but it goes wide. Kuchka there just yeah, you could see what he was trying to do there. He tried to play the shot there, but it was always going away from the Burnley goal. Well, we're inside the last minute of the first half, and it's Burnley nil, Watford nil. We're going to see just in a moment how much injury time is going to be added on. I can't see it's going to be much. And Nick Pope with the goal kick and flicked on there by Stevens. But in fact, he fouled João Pedro, and Dale Dale Stevens will get the yellow card for the foul. And let's have a look here. Yeah, his arm is up in the face there, João Pedro. Again, not a swinging arm, so a yellow card is perfectly reasonable in that situation. So we're now in injury time. As of yet, we don't know exactly how much injury time is being added. 1 minute. So we've got 1 minute added time here, and we've already had almost 30 seconds of that. We've got Ben Foster going to take the free kick here, which is just inside the Watford half. Trying to launch something forward, see if Watford can grab a lead before half time. Launches it forward. And that's a header won by James Tarkowski. And it's flicked on here, there, and there's a claim for a handball. It was Seema there that's got his arms in the air claiming the handball. It's not being given by Pawson, and that's cleared. And we have half time here at Turf Moor. They are surrounding the referee now, the Watford players claiming the handball. Now let's just take a look at this. Seema. Oh, well. Yeah, his arm is out there. His arm is out there. In my view, that is a penalty, and it has in fact gone to VAR. Yes, he's got his arm out. That is, in my view, an absolute penalty. Stonewall. I will be very, very surprised if this is not given. Well, I don't know. They're still looking at it, but he has his arm out. He's stopping the ball from getting in with his arm out. But it looks like it has not been given, which I am very, very surprised at. I have to say that to me looked very much like a penalty. He had his arm out in an unnatural position. It stopped the ball from going in, but as a consequence, it has not been given, and it's half time here at Turf Moor. And I think Burnley are lucky to get away with that one. So half time at Turf Moor, it is Burnley nil, Watford nil. Um, Wow, I have to say that maybe Roy Hodgson still can't believe it, and neither can the Watford players. But it's half time, and it's Burnley nil, Watford nil, and I'll be back with you again for the second half in a little while. Thank you. Right from my view here in the commentary box. And the ball is picked up here. And here's Weghorst. He's trying to skip into the penalty area. Weghorst. Oh, and it loops. Oh, it hits the crossbar. And oh, what a chance. It just looped up from the tackle. And out Weghorst managed to find his way inside the
Watford penalty area, gets the first touch in there really for the first time in the game, and it's the tackle came in, it's moved over the goalkeeper onto the crossbar. Here's Neil Corney! And just getting up on that header. What a start to the second half by Burnley. The touch there by McNeil allowed Weghorst in. The tackle was superb by Kamara, but it looped up and then bounced on top of the crossbar. You can see Ben Foster scurrying back, and it just bounces on top of the crossbar. Oh, unlucky Burnley. What an opportunity there. Frantic start to the second half. Nervous look there on Ben Foster. Picked up here, and here's Westwood. Westwood, and again, for Lennon, for the tackle there. Here's a good one from Sissoko, throw in for Burnley. And it's picked up by Cornet, who commits a foul there. It looked like Samir was stumbling, really. Didn't seem to be much contact, but the foul has in fact been given on Cornet. Dyche is complaining. I think he's discontent. That was a quick move there. Weghorst gets inside. First real chance to see what he could do, but the tackle was superb by Kamara. That was a game-saving tackle. He deserved the extra look, really, where the ball bounced on top of the crossbar instead of going into the goal. Those are the margins, and Ben Foster now will take the free kick for Watford. Left-footed. Tries to launch it long. Barely gets it over the halfway line. The wind is so bad here. Weghorst pictures it up, and Lennon goes in for it. Gets the touch and forces it out of play. So it will be a throw into Watford. Just in front of the Bob Lord stand here. And to be taken by Samir, who launches it forward. And Tarkowski flicked on by Westwood to Weghorst. Weghorst claiming the handball. No, you can't claim that, Weghorst. You can't claim that as a handball, especially after the decision on that penalty in the first half. Here comes Pedro now. And he plays it inside to Josh King. And intercepted. And here is Dwight McNeil now. And cleared away by me and flicked on by Cornet. But tidying up at the back there is Samir. He goes back to Ben Foster. That was a late tackle there by Weghorst. And Watford now have it with Kiembe, who sends it all the way back to Foster again. Foster launching it downfield, and it's picked up on this near side by Seema, who gets it all the way back. Kamara. Back to Foster again, and Watford will try again. And launch forward, and again, Burnley pressing at the start of the second half. Let's see if they can maintain that throughout the second half. And the throw-in launch there by Roberts. And it's picked up there by Pedro. Pedro just goes down under the pressure of James Tarkowski, and it will be a throw. It'll be a free kick to Watford. Physical play by Tarkowski. Not sure there's much in that, to be perfectly honest. It looked to me like it was maybe just it didn't seem to be a lot in it, but he does go down, and the free kick has been awarded. About halfway inside the Burnley half of the field, and it will be taken on this far side, and it looks like it's Kamara over it actually, and he launches it in. And dealt with by James Tarkowski, effectively headed out, but it's come back there with Kuchera.
And again, headed in here. And here is Josh King challenging for the ball. And here is Pedro. Gets inside. The shot is blocked excellently there by James Tarkowski. And it'll be a free kick for the foul by Kuchka there. And Burnley want to take this quickly with Ben Mee, who plays it out to Dwight McNeil. Dwight McNeil now goes back to Ben Mee. Ben Mee launches it forward. One in midfield there by Westwood. Stevens out as far as Connor Roberts. Roberts goes back to Tarkowski. Back to Roberts. Roberts picked up there by Lennon. Lennon tries the outside pass there to Veghorst. Veghorst slips it back, and Connor Roberts has made his way into the penalty area. Tries to get the cross in, but Sissoko is there to intercept, and it will be a corner to Burnley. It was played inside there, but it looks like the offside flag has gone up late here again. And it looks like it may have been there against Connor Roberts. Just straight into an offside position, only just. And it'll be a free kick instead of a corner. Ben Foster will take it. I mean, look at the corner flag there. It's barely able to stay upright with the wind. The conditions are very difficult for both sides here. That's just played back there by KMB. It's out of play now from Burnley. By Connor Roberts. On. Aaron Lennon is going for that, but it's kind of muscled out of play there by Samir, and again another throw into Burnley on the far side. Cornet, but it's intercepted by Kamara, and again Connor Roberts will have another opportunity. This time level with the 18-yard box. He's going to launch the ball in, and that's a long ball. Veghorst trying to get on the end of that, and Cornet there as well, but it's moved away by Samir, and then Ben Mee picking up and play back to Nick Pope. Mee has it again off Pope, and he launches it forward again, but it's to no one in particular. It just goes all the way out of play. Ben Mee looking frustrated there with himself. That was not a good ball. And it is a throw in and to be taken by Kamara and played back to him by Sissoko, but the ball was too high and it goes out of play. Gives possession back to Burnley in the form of a throw in. And Roberts plays it up and it's intercepted again. And again by Kamara, who has been excellent for Watford at the back. And again, the throw in by Roberts is launched in and it's cleared away by Cathcart and launched downfield now and out of play. They were looking for McNeil there from via Dale Stevens and just misses him, goes out of play, and Kiko now will take the throw in for Watford. Well, Burnley pressing in the second half. They've been a bit more positive at the start of the second half as they were at the start of the first, but let's see if they can maintain it now. And the ball there is intercepted, and Dwight McNeil is just trying to win the ball back there, but it goes out of play for a Burnley throw-in. And again, this time it is Eric Peters on this near side. Again, level with the 18-yard box. Okay, so Peters just waiting, looking for some movement. And he plays it to Ben Mee. Back again with Mee. And Mee has given the ball away there, and Pedro and Josh King is breaking forward too here. And Josh King now has it in the Burnley penalty area, but his delivery is disappointing. Oh, that was a terrible ball by Benme, and he owns it, as Benme always does. It was a bad mistake there. It left in Pedro, and breaking inside here was Josh King, but the ball back was very, very disappointing. It goes out for a goal kick, and Burnley get away with that one. Nick Pope takes the goal kick, went barely over the halfway line. Here's Dwight McNeil now. Dwight McNeil, Peters. Forward looking for Cornet. It's intercepted there by Samir. The header goes back to keeper Ben Foster. Foster now launches the ball downfield looking to start an attack for Watford. That ends up being headed out of play by Sissoko, and a throw into Burnley on the far side to be taken by Connor Roberts. Roberts again, the long ball there. Weghorst claims that he was being climbed upon, but nothing given by the referee, and it's launched forward and looking for Josh King, but Nick Pope is there. And Burnley managed to keep it in play via Connor Roberts, but now it goes out of play by Kiembe, and Burnley will have a throw on the far side. Again, the long ball seems to be catching the Burnley defence out. There's been 2 or 3 occasions now where the ball has been played long, and Burnley's defence has really been half asleep, to be honest. And they're being caught out by the running of Pedro and Josh King. Nick Pope awake to the matters in that occasion. Picked up in the midfield now by Sissoko. Sissoko, oh, he just pushes the ball out of play and it's intercepted by Benme. Dale Stevens gives the ball away. Picked up in midfield by Kiembe. Out wide now on this far side to Kamara. Launches the ball into the box and it goes out of play. Well, there's no doubt the wind is playing its part. The conditions are playing the part. But both sides are making mistakes here and giving the ball away. Final ball into the box has not been great by either team. Service to Weghorst and Cornet for Burnley have at least not really been effective enough. And the weather is playing its role in that. But if Burnley expect to win here and score goals here, they're going to have to start putting together better passing. Pope clears out upfield. Picked up by Cathcart. Kiko goes down there and he looks in a lot of pain. And the referee has just stopped there. He's given a free kick, but it doesn't look like there's going to be any further action by Craig Pawson, but that did not look a pleasant tackle. Launch forward. And it's King who plays it back, and a foul there by Aaron Lennon. Just caught him late. And the free kick to be taken by Kamara, about 6 yards inside his own half. Actually, he's moving away from it now, and it'll be Samir instead. He launches the ball forward, headed away by Tarkowski. And it's Kutra who plays the ball out wide to Josh King. Josh King now tries to cut inside. And Kiembe. Sissoko, ball out wide. Oh, that's a nice pass there. And it's picked up by Kiko. Kushro into the box, and there's a header! Oh, a fantastic opportunity for Pedro there. Oh, he wasn't picked up. Nobody was close enough to him. The header, though, was right at Nick Pope. Best chance of the second half, right at this one for Watford. And it's right at Nick Pope. And it's actually too hot for him to handle, but he picks up the rebound. And now Burnley moving forward. And here is Aaron Lennon now. It's back to Roberts, and the ball is weak into the Watford penalty area and easily picked up. And Benby there plays it now back to Nick Pope. midfield. And here's Cornet. Oh, he's thought for a moment he was just being held back by Cathcart, but he got away from the defender there, but the ball just went all the way through to Ben Foster. We are now at 50-50 possession in this game. Each side have 6 attempts. But to be honest with you, they seem to, with the long ball being played by both sides, the wind seems to be just carrying it away from the forwards. And I think neither side has really got to grips with this game yet. Watford perhaps a better side overall in the first half. Burnley have started this second half well. And the long balls are just getting away from the forwards with the wind and the conditions. Watford now have a throw in about 5 yards inside the Burnley half. Kamara loses possession and Wout Weghorst. And it's picked up in midfield by Westwood. And Ben Mee has it, plays it out wide to Peters. Peters. Back to Mee. Mee launches the ball forward, looking for Cornet, but just loses out there. But intercepted in midfield there by Dale Stevens. Great job by Stevens. And he plays it outside, out on the wing to McNeil, who is tackled by Kusura, but Burnley maintain possession. And a long, hopeful ball on the far side finds Aaron Leonard. Leonard now cuts inside, but that's an excellent tackle by Kamara. The ball goes out of play, but that's a good tackle, stopping Leonard there in his tracks. Connor Roberts now with the long throw. Let's see if he can create some havoc inside the Watford penalty area. In it goes. It's headed away and helped along its way by Seema. Picked up there by Pedro, pushes it forward to Josh King. Intercepted by James Tarkowski, who in turn finds Connor Roberts. Dale Stevens. Stevens launching the long ball to Weghorst. Weghorst tries to get inside, and a good piece of defending there by Craig Cathcart. That's absolutely excellent. Just pushes the ball back to Foster in the Watford goal. And Burnley are already looking at a substitution in Rodriguez. It's looking like he is going to make his first appearance. I'm wondering whether the adjustment could well be for Weghorst, but we'll see. Instead, we're going to have a throw in now down on this near side level with the penalty area, which is to be taken by Eric Peters. Peters gets it back, just clears it for interception by Sissoko. But it does actually come off Cornet according to the linesman, so it will be a throw in to Watford to be taken by Kiko. Kiko stealing a few yards and plays it. He's actually looking there for King and finds him and goes back to Kiko. And that is Samir who plays it across to Kamara. Samir has it back. Samir launches that ball forward and it just goes aimlessly through, as most of them have in today's game, through to the goalkeeper, Nick Pope. And with 25 minutes left, I can't at this moment see where a goal is going to come from. Nick Pope launches it downfield. Watford currently on track for their first clean sheet of the season in the league. And here is Dwight McNeil. McNeil now has it, got a bit of space to work with. Dwight McNeil loses possession and loses it to Sissoko, who breaks forward for Watford now. Sissoko, Kuchera now. Kuchka strikes it and over the crossbar. There didn't seem to be much on for it. So instead he chose to shoot, but it goes over the crossbar. And Burnley now are about to make the substitution. Jay Rodriguez is coming on for Burnley. And Aaron Lennon is the player to replace him. Now, let's see what this means for Burnley. Um, Lennon off. Is Jay Rodriguez going to go out on that right hand side? Excuse me. I'm just going to take a look and see how that's going to work out. But I wonder if perhaps Burnley are going to play three up front here for Burnley, and we'll see whether that actually works out. It's picked up now by King. King moving forward. He's got Pedro onside him. Here's Pedro. Pedro shoots, but it's right at Nick Pope. Team effort in the end by João Pedro. Given the conditions, could have caused Nick Pope some trouble. He gets his hands down to him well though. Benby launches the ball forward on the far side. Here is Connor Roberts. Connor Roberts. And he's intercepted by Cathcart. And then Kiembe. And Kamara launches the ball forward and intercepted by James Tarkowski. Kiembe not able to control the ball and it goes out of play and a throw in for Burnley, quickly taken by Roberts and again intercepted by Kamara, who really has been excellent today. Definitely an early man of the match candidate, which I will have to have a think about in about 20 minutes' time. Here is Eric Peters. Goes back to me, who finds Maxwell Cornet. So it's perhaps Cornet here who's gone out on the right hand side. And Rodriguez has joined Weghorst up front. The ball is launched into the box, and that is meat drink for an experienced goalkeeper like Ben Foster. In the floodlights and clouds of lights, you can just see the wind and the rain that's going on there, making conditions so difficult for these players. Dale Stevens heads back to Connor Roberts, who tries launching the ball forward, and Jay Rodriguez trying to pick it up, who is indeed in a forward position now without Weghorst. It looks like Cornet has gone out to the left, in fact, leaving on the right hand side will be Dwight McNeil, who's gone over on the right hand side now. So here he is, Dwight McNeil, and it's launched forward by Stevens, looking for now Weghorst. Weghorst just muscled down a play excellently there by Spear. Good piece of defending by the centre back there for Watford. Here's Dwight McNeil. That's intercepted, but not able to be kept in play. So, of course, Burnley don't change the 4-4-2. They never do. They just maintain it. And Tom Cleverley now is ready to come on for Watford. That's flicked on by Weghorst. Taken that. Cleverley will come on. Here is infield now to Josh King. Josh King back to Kiko, I should say, Kiko. And it looks like there was a foul there by Eric Peters. And it is a free kick for the foul on Kiko. And is it in fact Tom Cleverley? It is. It is. It's actually not. It's what we have coming on here is Kiambe coming off, and coming on is. Let's take a look at who's come on here. Yes, it is in fact Tom Cleverley, um, who is coming on for Watford, and now they have the free kick. And it's going to be taken by Kiko himself, the one who was fouled. And Kiko launches the ball into the box and headed away excellently there by Ben Mee. Gets his head on it. It will be a corner to Watford, but an excellent piece of defending there by Ben Mee, celebrating 10 years at Burnley. What a servant he's been for the club. Replacing Cleverley is in fact replacing number 39, Ido Kiyembe, has come off for Watford. So with 20 minutes left, all up for grabs in this game. And the corner will be taken by Kiko on this near side. Launched in, and oh, there's a header! Oh, what a chance! Oh, Samir King ghosting in on the back post, and what an opportunity! And it just then, and Ben Mee is now limping, but let's look at this. What a chance! Oh, it was actually Ben Mee himself that got on the end of that. Just nicks his head in front of Samir there for an excellent piece of defending, but he just escapes the post. Burnley is still going on despite limping. It'll be another corner to Watford. Kiko launches the ball in, tries a short one, and it didn't work. And it's intercepted now by James Tarkowski, who's racing forward. And he has Rodriguez and Weghorst on the far side. And here comes Wout Weghorst. Disappointing. Oh, disappointing. Um, it was an excellent breakaway by James Tarkowski, storming through the midfield there, and he took it all the way through, well into the Watford half, before playing in Wout Weghorst. He was onside, but the finish is extremely disappointing for an established international striker. Launch downfield and picked up by Kuchera. And McNeil now intercepts in midfield. McNeil. His pass attempt was intercepted there by Pedro, but it does bounce back conveniently for me, who plays it for Tarkowski, who goes out on the far side looking for Lennon. Infield, not Lennon, rather, for Roberts. Infield to McNeil. And that ball is given away, and it's pushed forward now to Pedro. Pedro. Now he's got Seema there with him, but he decides to go back to Kamara. And it's Kamara storming forward down that far side. And the tackle, oh well, Kamara gets the cross in, and he was unlucky there. It was a good interception by Connor Roberts. And a good run there by Hassan Kamara, who really has been excellent today for Watford. And this is Watford's fifth corner of the game. Roy Hodgson looks on. It's to be taken by Tom Cleverley. He is over. Quadrant there, the corner, the wind is just blowing the ball away. The flag is all over the place, flag pole, but Cleverley will take the corner now, and it's flicked in there by Pedro, and Westwood tries to get on the end of it, and it's pushed away by James Tarkowski. And Westwood is trying to hold the ball up and loses it, and it's given away now, and on this near side, the ball is launched forward to Maxwell Cornet. Maxwell Cornet now has the ball on the edge of the penalty area. What can Cornet do? Oh, he shoots. It's a good save. And again, the ball is played across the penalty area, this time by Westwood. And, oh, Dale Stevens stuck his foot out but couldn't get it. Oh, a great save by Ben Foster. Absolutely superb save. It was Westwood on the far side. He was looking for Cornet. He found him with an excellent ball. Cornet cut inside, got the shot away. It was a wonderful save by Ben Foster. Stevens would have been offside anyway, but it was launched back in after the save by Westwood very quickly, because Foster, of course, was out of position making that save. But the offside was given with 15 minutes left. It is still Burnley 0, Watford 0, and it's launched forward left footed by Ben Foster, intercepted by James Tarkowski, and pushed forward again by Maxwell Cornet. Kamara will do likewise, launching forward, but it just sails out to play for the Burnley's throw-in, which Connor Roberts will take. Connor Roberts now is taking his time here. Forward. And, there's a free kick for the foul there by Jay Rodriguez. Not too happy with that, but the linesman and the referee both gave that. So it'll be a free kick on the far side. about 5 yards outside the Watford penalty area. So this will be taken by Ben Foster, who launches the ball forward. And it's picked up there by Stevens, who plays it back to me, who in turn finds Eric Peters. Peters now moving forward, launches it long, definitely looking for Rodriguez, but it was nowhere near him, and goes straight to Ben Foster. Burnley nil, Watford nil. Time is running out for both of these teams, really. Both of these teams need a win. Neither can afford a draw. And it's Kamara now. Just slips and it's picked up by Connor Roberts. Connor Roberts launches the ball in, looking for Rodriguez, but the ball is away from him. And hooked out of play there by Sissoko. Crowd trying to get behind Burnley. Here's Connor Roberts. Tries to look the pass into the box, but it's disappointing. Rodriguez showing his frustration. Roberts again out wide, this time to McNeil. And the intercepted tackle there is by João Pedro. And McNeil has been quiet for the most part in this game. In the second half, Burnley have huffed and they've puffed, but they've not really created too much. The long throw in by Connor Roberts, and it'll find his way out of play again via Kamara. And again, Roberts level with the 18-yard box. Launches another huge long throw into the box, and it's bouncing around there. And it wasn't a great move, really, by Samir, allowing the ball to bounce in his own 18-yard box. Launching again by Roberts, and the header is by Rodriguez. And his header, though, is just glanced away from the goal. You can see it here. Not a million miles away at all, but the header itself just always going away from the goal. And, well, still nil-nil. It'll be a goal kick to Watford with Ben Foster. Foster launches the ball downfield. Header won by Westwood. It's picked up here now by Kiko. It's all the way back to Hope. Turns back to Westwood. Launches the ball long. It's picked up by McNeil. Roberts launches the ball forward, but again to no one in particular, and it's being drinked at the back really severe. Cleared it away themselves out of play. Throw in on this side, which Roberts will take. And it's intercepted by Cleverly, but Burnley do win it back. And it's picked up now by Peters. Has a little bit of space. He's going to shoot, but it goes wide. Well, I think this is really what Burnley need to do now is start getting some shots on goal because the long ball simply isn't working. It's not finding the forwards. So perhaps maybe trying some efforts from outside the 18-yard box, maybe in order for Burnley. 11 minutes to go, and it's Burnley nil, Watford nil, with Ben Foster with the goal kick. Launch forward. Peters looking for McNeil on the far side, who's chasing that down. Got there before Kamara. He's holding it up right now. Plays it infield to Roberts. Roberts back to Westwood, and now McNeil, who launches the cross into the box, and Weghorst being held off. And here's a chance for Peters, and it's blocked excellently there by Cathcart. And now Watford on the break, and it's Josh King surrounded by three Burnley players, and that is a foul and a rather stupid one by Dale Stevens. He didn't need to do that. And may I remind Dale Stevens, he has already been booked. So that was a very clumsy challenge. He didn't need to do that, but no further action will be taken by the referee. 10 minutes left at Turf Moor here. Rainy, windy Turf Moor. Kiko will take this free kick for Watford midway inside the Burnley penalty. It's midway inside the Burnley half of the field.
high line by Burnley, right on the edge of the 18-yard box. Cornet has been really for Kiko. Launches the ball into the box. Oh, it looks like there was a handball there, and they are claiming it a handball by Kushka. Um, they're all surrounding the referee. I mean, it's gone out to play. It is a handball. It's a blatant handball.
And Kushka perhaps should be booked for that, but I don't think there's really any need to surround the referee there. It's in Burnley's own penalty area. So it just eventually just goes wide to a goal kick. Launch forward by Pope. It's picked up by King, who is looking for Pedro. And comfortable work there for James Tarkowski, who launches the ball long, looking for Dwight McNeil. He's able to hold off Kamara. And it's Roberts now up forward helping there. Roberts does a step over. The ball into the box is a disappointing one and picked up by Samir easily, who launches the ball upfield. And it's intercepted now by Rodriguez, but it is in fact a foul, much to the chagrin of Wout Weghorst, who is looking rather a frustrated figure right now. Another substitution for Watford now. Coming on here is the forward Cucho. Cucho now is coming on, and it looks like he's to replace Pedro. So João Pedro will go off, and Cucho will go on. This is a like-for-like switch. Cucho will just settle into that other striker's position, no doubt. With 8 minutes left in this game, Roy Hodgson just trying to change things up to see if he can get anything created. And the ball is picked up on the far side, and it's now by Kiko. Kiko with the and a tackle from behind there, and it'll be a free. Cucho. Cucho was looked like he was fouled. He was complaining, but no decision was given. And Eric Peters has to throw it instead for Burnley. Here's Dale Stevens. And on the far side is Connor Roberts. Dwight McNeil just seems to be heading in the wrong direction going back, but he turns. Dwight McNeil now. And he launches the ball onto the far side, looking for Maxwell Cornet, who needs to. It seems an isolated figure on that far side, Maxwell Cornet. Since the Rodriguez substitution, Maxwell Cornet seems to be isolated out on that left-hand side. And now we have a free kick for Watford for a foul by J Rodriguez on Josh King. And quite honestly, it is more out of frustration than anything else. And the free kick to be taken by Tom Cleverly. And he's just over that now. And launches it in, and it's cleared away, but it's picked up again on this near side by Kiko. Kiko launches the ball in, and there's a header! And that was an excellent effort by Josh King. Nick Pope underneath it. With the wind, he was picking up a bit of effort there, and a bit of work needed by Nick Pope to keep that out. And Kamara now moving forward. And Kamara locates Cucho. Cucho with the shot there, but it's blocked. He's still got possession, and it comes back to Cleverly, and a good save by Nick Pope, getting down to his right-hand side and making a smart save there. See that? Oh yeah, well, it takes the deflection there, but it just comes out to Cleverly. Also a deflection by, I think it looks like Ben B there, but that's a smart save down to his right-hand side by Nick Pope, and it will be a corner to Watford. They're going to swing the ball in there now. Pope comes but doesn't get there, but it's a good piece of defending by Eric Peters. Out of play for a corner. So I shall be thinking of my man of the match, which
I will announce shortly. But Tom Cleverley's got this corner to take. It's a poor one, and it's intercepted by Connor Roberts. In turn, Kamara goes all the way back to Ben Foster, who slips when he clears it. So let's have a look at the man of the match. My man of the match today, sponsored by Commentary Services, is Hassan Kamara. I'll touch on why in a moment. Here's Cornet, played infield now and picked up by Eric Peters. Ben Mee, back to James Tarkowski, and launch forward looking for Wout Weghorst, who appears to have been fouled there. He goes down rather heavy. The Watford players don't agree with this, but it looks like he went down very heavy there for the foul from Cathcart. Let's just take a look at this. Oh yes, he went for the ball, Cathcart. It was a clash of heads. Um, he went for the ball and he caught the man with his head. It is a free kick, but it's not anything deliberate. Um, Going back to why I feel that Kamara is man of the match, he's just been superb today. He's caused Burnley one or two problems down the left-hand side all the way through this game. And of course, he's defended excellently as well, making vital interceptions. So Hassan Kamara is my man of the match, and Burnley have the free kick in a dangerous position now. It's about 1 or 2 yards just outside the 18-yard box. You've got to think Maxwell Cornet is over this. It's on his side. Him and Eric Peters are standing over it. It is going to be Cornet by the looks of it. He's directing traffic. And I think you really have to make an effort on goal here. Let's see what he does. Peters is standing off it, but it looks like it's going to be Maxwell Cornet. I think the next goal is going to be enough to win the match, but let's just where the referee is marked the lines there. You've got where you've got a six-man ball. It looks like Cathcart is laying on the ground behind the ball. Here is Maxwell Cornet, and it is deflected off the ball and will be a corner. The ball does its job there. And Burnley now have a corner with 2 minutes remaining, and that corner will be taken by Maxwell Cornet.
And it's swung into the box by Cornet, and it's intercepted there by King at the back. Great work by him. Ben Mee is trying to challenge and win the ball, and it's hoofed away by Kuso and goes all the way back in the end via Roberts to Nick Pope. So Nick Pope now launches the ball long, and it's a headed interception by Sissoko. And again, good work by Rodriguez, just getting in the way of that, but it ends up going out for a throwing, which will be taken by the man of the match, Hassan Kamara. So Kamara here now with the throw in for Watford, and it's launched long and intercepted. In fact, by Seema, and the throw-in was quickly taken by Connor Roberts, and there was Wout Weghorst felt he was being impeded there. The referee plays on, and it's intercepted on this near side, and great tackle there again by James Tarkowski, and on this near side now is Kiko. Kiko plays it back, and it's picked up by Cleverley, and back to Cathcart, who goes along to Samir, and Kamara there on this side now. And Seema picks it up. Seema goes back to Kamara. Launch forward, looking for King, but good piece of defending by Peters, who wins that header. And Burnley now in the midfield with launch forward by Westwood. And there's a foul there, surely by the referee. Surely referee with foul on McNeil there. And there's going to be a yellow card shown. And it's going to be to Tom Cleverley, who picks up that yellow card. And chance for Burnley to get the ball into the box here. It's about 12 yards inside the Burnley half. Over this one, you have Westwood and also Dale Stevens, I think, there as well. No, Connor Roberts there as well. But it's going to be Westwood. He's launched the ball in, and it's comfortable and dealt with by the Watford defence. But again, launched back in again, looking for Veghorst, who's been very much marked out of the game for the most part today. And here is Josh King. Josh King tripped there by James Tarkowski, and it'll be a free kick. And we are inside now, stoppage time. There will be 2 minutes of injury time. We've already had one of those. At the moment, this looks like it's heading for a stalemate, and it looks like Watford are about to get their first clean sheet in the league this season. And Kiko will now take the free kick, which is about 8 yards inside his own half. And crowd not happy with the time wasting. Uh, Ben Foster launches the ball, but I don't think Burnley fans can have too much discontent with Burnley's own time wasting at Arsenal the previous week. And that's intercepted there by Connor Roberts. It'll be a throw into Watford on this near side. It's cleverly here. And that's it. And that's full time here at Turf Moor, and there is a chorus of boos goes around Turf Moor for this result. It's not been a very pleasant game to watch, it has to be said. Both sides very ineffective going forward. There was chances, but in all honesty, neither side really got into a position where it looked like it was dominating the other side. I think nil-nil is perhaps the correct result here. So that's it. At Turf Moor, it is Burnley nil, Watford nil. Thank you for joining me for commentary today. The ties will be played on the week commencing 7th of March 2022. Definitely an interesting draw there, and it should be interesting to see how those ties play out. But that concludes the draw. We have Hartlepool United versus Rotherham United and Wigan Athletic versus Sutton United. Thank you for joining us today.